Hello YouTube and welcome to Full Dottle, a channel dedicated to tamping topics such as pipes, tobacco, lure, and more. I am your host, the Bearded Briarman, and without further ado, let's get lit. Welcome back everyone, and on this episode of Full Dottle, we're going to be making some adjustments to our blend number 2. This is the FDOB Full Dottle Original Blend, also known as FDOB, blend number 2. Version 2 came out to be just a little heavy on the Turkish. We're going to make some adjustments. This is now going to be version 3 of that blend. But first, a little housekeeping. I am smoking my Eric Weaver. This is the Rhodesian Night number 3, and in it I've got some Samuel Gawith Cabby's Mixture home stoved in the tin, 200 degrees Fahrenheit for 300 minutes. Eric, I cannot tell you enough how thankful I am for this pipe. It is absolutely beautiful, smokes like a dream. I could not be more pleased with my purchase. All right, everyone, so in version 2, we had 35% red Virginia ribbon. We had 5% red Virginia ribbon that was home stoved, 200-300 method. We had 30% Izmir Turkish Oriental. We had 14% White Burley ribbon. We had 8% Perique, and we had 8% unsweetened Black Cavendish. Looking back through my blending journal, I decided that after smoking it and figured that the Izmir Turkish was just a little bit too high, that dry mustiness was trying to overpower the red Virginia too much. It was causing just a little bit of a bitter, tannic aftertaste that I wanted to tone down. I also wanted to add a little bit of that sweet, nutty, and woody flavor that the White Burley brings into it. And remember that White Burley does not have that very sharp, spicy note that the Dark Burley has. You still catch the nutty and woody flavors from it, but it doesn't have that spiciness that the Dark Burley does. But it offers a lot more sweetness than the Dark Burley does. The Perique I left alone. I think the spice in the blend was absolutely perfect. But I did decide to increase the unsweetened Black Cavendish by just a little bit. That way we can increase the creamy brown butter type flavors inside of that blend and also round out the other tones as well as help to distribute the flavors a little more evenly amongst the blend. So let's get on this other camera over here. Let's go ahead and mix this next batch up. And I'm thinking that with this version 3, I think it might be our final product. So let's get mixing and see what we come up with. All right, everyone. So what we have here, we're going to start out with the 35% Cornell and Dill Red Virginia ribbon. This did not change in the blend. So just like version 2, we have 2.1 grams. This is going to give it that tangy, malted grains, rye berry, stewed fruit type flavors. Then we're going to add 5% of the Cornell and Dill Red Virginia ribbon that has been home stoved, 200 degrees Fahrenheit for 300 minutes. That is 0.3 grams. This is going to also offer the the flavors that the Red Virginia offers. The only difference is it's going to deepen it, cause it to be have a little higher earth tones and some of that earth tones, woodiness. So home stoving it causes those flavors to deepen and be more on the earth and mineral type profile. Next is the Izmir Turkish Oriental. With the Izmir Turkish, we went from 30% down to 20%. I love the Oriental and the Red Virginia, how they complement each other, but at 30%, it was just a little too much of that dry mustiness, and it was causing the blend to have a tannic aftertaste, and I just don't want that. I wanted to turn that down just a little bit. So I decreased the Turkish Oriental, the Izmir Turkish Oriental, by 10%. And as you know with these blends, anytime you take one from one of the components, you have to be able to distribute that evenly amongst the entire blend, or else your proportions are going to come up uneven. So the 10% that I took away from the Izmir Turkish, we added 8% to the White Burley. This is the Cornell and Dill White Burley ribbon. Brought it to 1.32 grams. The Izmir Turkish is at 1.2 grams now. The White Burley is at 1.32 grams. This is going to increase the sweetness as well as that woody, nutty flavor from the Burleys. I left the Perique alone, so I didn't have to fiddle with that component at all. We are going to leave it at 8%, which keeps us at 0.48 grams. This is the Sutliff TS20 Louisiana Perique. And then finally, with the Izmir Turkish being decreased by 10%, we have to distribute that 10% evenly. I put 8% increase in the Burley. That leaves me with 2% that I increased in the unsweetened Black Cavendish, and that completes the 10% that I took away from the Turkish. So now we have 10% unsweetened Black Cavendish. This is a Cornell and Dill unsweetened Black Cavendish, and that gives us 0.6 grams. This is going to increase just a little bit that creaminess, that brown butter type flavor. And because it is a mostly neutral tobacco with just a little bit of sweetness, it helps to distribute the flavors in the blend itself. So it's a carrier of the flavors, which also helps to round out some of those sharp tones from the other components. Mix it around just a little bit. The color is beautiful. I don't know if that comes across on camera as good as I can see it, but that color is absolutely beautiful. You can see the dark flecks from the Black Cavendish and the Perique, those White Burleys, the Red Virginias. You can even see little pieces of the home stoved Red Virginias. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. All right, everyone, so just like I've done with the other versions, I will steam hydrate this tobacco off screen. I will jar it, and it will set for 2 days to allow the moisture to equalize and those flavors to marry just a bit within the jar. I will smoke them, and we will see what we get. Hopefully it will be the last adjustment we have to make to this blend because it's coming along very well. The taste was amazing. I got, I think, another 3.5 smokes out of that one. So just for those who haven't been watching, all of these micro blends are 6 grams. And I've been getting about 3.5 smokes out of it to be able to tell what the blend is going to give us. Before I cut to the tasting, though, I wanted to show you I made a couple of purchases. I went on Amazon. I found this. This is a tobacco leaf shredder. So I've got that because I made another purchase. I went ahead and I ordered some Maryland. I think it was the Maryland 306, which is a little bit lighter than Burley. I ordered some Samson, I think it was, Orientals. I ordered some Rustica. And I ordered one other, I can't remember right now, we'll get to it later, but the point is, I ordered some whole leaf from Leaf Only unsweetened.com. And then I got the shredder here off of Amazon. It was actually cheaper on Amazon. The only thing I'm not really pleased about is this shredder is going to cut it down to a shag ribbon. I don't really like that, but you take what you can get. They didn't have anything. This was the biggest that they offered. The one off of Leaf Only was actually smaller than this one. But it'll all smoke. We're gonna make some great blends. I don't care how big it is. I wish it would have been bigger than the shag, but it'll be okay. I also, thanks to Braun Brothers and Breyer, they asked if I was going to begin pressing tobacco. And I thought, well, I'll tell you what, that seems like only the natural progression of this series. You go from reviewing tobaccos to blending your own tobaccos, and eventually, why not go ahead and start pressing your tobaccos? So I bought a press. This is a pasta press. On the bottom, because the press is for pasta, it has little holes in the bottom. It came with several different sizes and styles, but we don't want those holes. So what I did, on the advice of Johnny over at 2 a.m. Pipes on the Patio, I cut out a little piece from one of the jar lids that fits right in. And that way, we won't have to worry about the tobacco becoming tobacco pasta. I also found that on Amazon. I think it was close to, after taxes, it was $19. Before taxes, I think it was $17. Taxes, and no, I don't pay shipping because I am a Prime member. So, and I earned 5% on it because I'm a Prime member. Anyway, let's say I'll see you in 2 days to taste this blend and see if it is our final product or not. Stick around, everyone. All right, everyone. So, it's been 2 days, and I actually filmed a video of me smoking the blend number 2, version 3, tasting it to see where I'd go. Got the shooting all done, and then at the end of it, I realized that I had made some mistakes. And so I'm having to reshoot. So just for full disclosure, this is not my first tasting of version 3. I'm smoking it in my 7LE673 KS rusticated Roma Lucite. This is the Friday 7LE. The problem was, I want to tell you guys how much it costs to make the blend after we've perfected it. And when I did that, I realized upon editing that my math was completely off. I'm not sure where I went wrong, but I realized I was incorrect. So I had to go back and refigure everything, and that's why I'm making the second viewing. So this is not the first time I've tasted it, but I'll tell you what. This is some tasty stuff. Those red Virginias give you all of that dark stewed fruit, rye berry, malted grains, that tartness that I enjoy in a red Virginia. The Izmir Turkish gives us that floral, incense-like sweetness. Just absolutely beautiful. They complement each other so well. The red Virginia that has been home stove, 200, 300 method, is giving some of those earth tones that more like dirt, soil, woodiness. It just takes the regular or the fresh red Virginia and darkens it. The White Burley is providing a lot of sweetness. It's giving that nutty, woody type flavor. The Perique is offering more spice than you would imagine with having only 8%. but it's offering those spices. And on the undertone of the Perique, it's providing a mint-like flavor. And then the Black Cavendish is helping to disperse those flavors, giving you a little bit of that real subtle brown sugar type sweetness. The flavors are more neutral, but it has a creamy brown sugar type flavor. Just beautiful. I think this is absolutely perfected. I enjoy where it's at. So let's discuss cost now. All of these tobaccos, as I have said in the past, woo, that could have been bad if it was a cigarette or a cigar. All of these tobaccos were bulk tobaccos except for the Perique. All of these tobaccos were Cornell and Dill blending component tobaccos except for the Perique. The Perique was, no, I take that back. The Perique was a bulk. All of these tobaccos were bulk tobaccos. The only difference is the Perique was not a Cornell and Dill blending component. The Perique was a Sutliff blending component, TS20 ribbon cut. So let's run through this. I already made 2 ounces of it. I did that right after I made the first filming of this, but I made 2 ounces of it. And for 2 ounces, because we have 35% fresh red Virginia ribbon, that's going to be 19.95 grams. That is going to cost $1.60 to put that into the blend, because everything that we have here, except with the exception of the Perique, is 8 cents a gram, and that's rounded up to the nearest cent. The Perique was the most expensive out of this blend, and I believe it's somewhere around 16 cents a gram. There was our blending journal. So the Perique was $8.52 for 2 ounces, rounded up to the nearest cent is 16 cents per gram. At any rate, the red Virginia ribbon home stove 200-300 method is the same price point as the fresh ribbon. We are only putting in 2.85 grams in this to make 23 cents total. The Izmir Turkish Oriental is going to have 20% within this blend, and that puts us at 11.4 grams or 92 cents total. The White Burley ribbon has 22%, and that puts us at 12.54 grams total for a price point of $1.01 total Burley in this blend. The Perique, we only have 8% Perique in this, so that puts us at 4.56 grams or 73 cents total on this blend. And then finally the Black Cavendish, we have 10% Black Cavendish, which is 5.7 grams total or 46 cents total blend. Those components together, I went with 57 grams because 2 ounces is actually 56.699 grams. So I rounded up to 57 grams to make the approximate 2 ounces, and the total cost for 2 ounces of this blend is $4.95. I'm not going to be so bold as to say that it is better than what Cornell and Dill blends and then puts out as a branded blend. But what I will say is there is an abundance of tobacco blending components out there. I would highly encourage you to pick some up. If you are a smoker, if you smoke as frequently as I do, this is an extremely cost-effective way to be able to get your tobacco. Blend your own to what you like, and then there you go. For less than $5 for a 2-ounce tin, you can't beat that. So I highly encourage you, if you smoke a lot of tobaccos, the components that you generally enjoy within a blend, buy those components. It might seem like it is a bit high dollar, a bit expensive to buy all those components, but think about if you don't purchase any more blends and blend nothing but your own, buying those bulk components is going to be extremely cost effective. I still have plenty of blending components, and that was after tinkering with them and making, we're on version 3 now, so we had 6, 12, 18 grams that we had used prior to that, of the not of each individual component, but altogether 18 grams. And I haven't put a dent hardly in the blending components that I have. So it's an extremely cost-effective method to be able to play around and find a blend that you like. This, to me, the version, or the blend number 2, version 3 is perfect. I love it. I'm telling you, I really do enjoy this. Here's the difference with this. I was talking too much. Here's the difference with this. It burns relatively quickly. If you want to go from burns quick, burns moderately quick, or burns slow, burns moderately quick, and burns quick, I would say this is moderately quick. It definitely does not burn slow like your Silver Flake, Solani Silver Flake, or the Escudo burns extremely slow. It's like a smoldering type smoke. But it also doesn't burn super fast like you would find in the Riverboat Gambler, Cornell and Dill's Riverboat Gambler. This is somewhere in the middle. It's not, I think I'm getting maybe a 30-minute smoke out of this, which to me is a pretty quick smoke. Generally, a 45-minute smoke is an average smoke for the average blend. I can get an hour out of blends like Escudo or the Solani Silver Flake. And I'm not sure why that is. If you really want my honest opinion, I think it's because they top the tobacco with PG, which is propylene glycol, and it's a preservative basically, and helps, and I can't remember the word right now, I'm not even going to try, but it retains moisture within the tobacco leaf. So anyway, that's it for this blend. Version 3 is completed. I think it's amazing. Anybody out there that would like to try it, I'm gonna choose 4 of you. The caveat to that is going to be you have to be from the continental United States, because I don't want to spend an exorbitant amount on shipping and customs and all of that stuff. So I'm going to have to limit it to those of you that live within the continental United States. But if you do and you would like me to send you a 6-gram sampler of this tobacco blend so that you can critique it, the only thing that I ask you to do, if you want to critique this blend, receive this blend from me, I would like you to create a VR and explain what you're experiencing. Don't feel afraid if you light up and you're like, holy cow, this is horrible. Say that. Put it on video. I would love to hear it. I want to hear it. If you like it, all the better. But, so the only stipulation is you have to be within the continental United States, and I want you to do a VR, please, to explain to me what you're getting out of the blend, if you like it, if you don't like it, maybe things that you would try differently, things like that, and that could go into future blends. But put in the comment section that you're in. Just simply say, hey, I'm in. I will choose 4 of you randomly. We're going to do just like we've done before. I will assign you a number as you comment. I will assign you a number, first comment to the last comment, and I will randomly draw it using Google Assistant to do a randomized draw. And after that, I will get your email. We will exchange information, and I'll send you a 6-gram sampler of this blend so that you can make your VR and try it out. So that's going to do it for this episode of Full Dottle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And until the next time we see each other, I bid you farewell and happy piping. See ya, everybody. Have you enlisted in the Full Dottle platoon yet? It's easy. Just click the subscribe button. Also, hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as I upload the next episode.